Hello, everybody. Welcome to the week one. I guess we can't say week one, actually, because it's not week one. This is happening during week 6. Welcome to the first coaches interview for the YCast. I'm here today with...
Ryan, I am the coach of Team Muscle. Hello.
Yep, we've had a good 40 minutes of conversation before this, discussing the innermost workings of our feelings in the league.
Trap shooter team, activate.
Yes, it needs to happen. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get right into this. We're going to start with the questions from Daxter on the forums. So we've got, can you see your team ending the season as the divisional leader in South Kai, or do you think Ginyu has an edge over you right now?
Oh, that's hard. I want to say yes, that will be up high. We will be the divisional leader. But with the work that I've seen them do with Zarbon, and with them not even touching Goldo, I want to say if we were to lose, it would be by one match, or we're going to be tied with our divisional match, debating on who actually wins.
Okay, so you think there's going to be a pretty close race for...
Oh, I definitely think so. Like, right now we're only a week behind because we lost the last match, which we were so close to actually winning it. Mm. So I could see... I see Muscle and Ginyu just staying within 1 week of each other constantly, at least until the divisional match happens.
Okay.
But I have my plans for the divisional match, so...
Good. Hopefully your plans work out for you, because Ginyu's been a very, very tough team this year.
Oh, God, they are doing amazing.
Okay. Is there a chance of seeing Nappa return this season? Would it be simply with an AI change, or would it be that his role is also different on the team?
Well, with the new AI, it's basically just a retest for this entire season, as every other team I know has to do that, where this season is basically just a test season. Mm-hmm. Some people have already gotten their teams down. It may end up being an AI change where we decide... on like 3 different builds. We may need 3 different AIs. But I do want to say, because this is just general knowledge, Nappa has a innate defense +1. Mm-hmm. So putting him on a defense build wouldn't be a bad idea. His B1s all boost melee. His melee is slow, but it's powerful, so putting him on a melee build wouldn't be bad. And his B2s are powerful. They just cost a lot. So putting them on a kind of spammy build wouldn't be bad either. It's just going to have to be a lot of testing that we're going to have to end up doing for Nappa. But as of right now, to me, I would not drop him at the moment.
Okay, so you think you can get him working again. You just got to get some more time into it.
Right. Because, okay. I mean, now with seasons only happening once a year and always happening at the beginning of the year, when this season is done, which should be like end of May-ish, we'll have 6 months where we can just literally belt out tests for Nappa or for Garlic or for Roshi, the people who need it. So,
Gotcha. Okay, and then the last question from Daxter is, I feel Android 13 has the most potential for powerful performances in your team right now and has been doing well. Who do you feel is doing the best overall on your team right now? Also, who do you think has been struggling the most on your team? And is there a good chance of them improving to the higher tier of your team?
All right, so let's see here. Going on to the stats for Team Muscle, it looks like Broly is our best team or best player at the moment.
I'd agree.
Let me just check the rankings here. Broly is number 6, with Android 13 being number 9 in the entire league, and that's out of what, like 90 some odd characters?
Yes, so it's very impressive.
Yeah, saying that 13 could be the best or Broly could be the best, I mean, they're only a couple thousand points off of each other. So it's either Broly or 13, which have always consistently been our best people. And we're going to keep them that way. As to who is struggling the most, according to stats, it's either Garlic or Nappa. Mm-hmm. We've had Garlic in more weeks than we've had Nappa, So I guess it's not really a fair comparison because Garlic's been in 5 weeks compared to Napa's 2. But Garlic and Napa are usually our weaker characters whenever we do get a chance to pick up Napa like we did this season. However, I've seen Garlic be able to do amazing things. I believe it was in the match against the Namekians. He was just spamming his little heart out. And if we can get him to actually like connect with things, Garlic could definitely be our number 3, maybe even surpass Broly or 13. Mm-hmm. But it would have to be get him to hit. Because according to the stats, I think these are updated to week 4. Yeah. Which kind of sucks because I know week 5 he threw out 9.
Yeah, he threw out 9 or something.
Hit with 2. So he's connected as of week 5 with 6 out of 21 B2s. Mm-hmm. So he's throwing them out there. He is our second most B2 user. Okay. He just needs to hit with them. And if he were to hit with them, I definitely see him skyrocketing up.
I'd agree. I've seen the potential of him being a very strong character with how he plays. His AI is very smart. Mm-hmm. Knows when to use his B2s. They just haven't been connecting.
Oh, yeah. Especially with the match that we just had against Rugrats where we lost.
Yeah.
His death impact when he transformed, personally, I think that should have hit because he ended up hitting Super Saiyan 4 Goku with the big key ball, which stunned him and immediately threw out a death impact.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have hit, but...
Okay. And then we've got a question from Willow, and that is, Trap Shooter or Genocide Blaster?
Oh, Trap Shooter, the most overpowered B2. So we dropped Bojack, which had Trap Shooter, picked up Super Boo, which has Genocide Blast. Mm. They both have their strong points. They are both
like to use them a lot.
Granted, yes, they both like to use them a lot. They're weak B2s, obviously. I think they only cost 2 bars each anyway. They maybe do 3,000 average, sometimes 3,000 at most. I know Broly did like 6,000 with a Trap Shooter at one point. It really depends on like the situation that they end up getting used in. Like if there's a rush B2 coming at us, throwing a Trap Shooter is not a bad idea. If, because I believe I've seen this in a test where Super Boo did Genocide Blast with the opponent right above their head, and that connected a lot. So it really just depends on the situation. They're both pretty bad, but either or could just stop like a rush B2 from coming at you, which can be handy. You get a little bit of damage. You don't have to waste ki from blocking, and you just add a little damage while stopping your opponent. So,
okay.
But Trap Shooter's always the win. I mean, Trap Shooter team is going to happen.
Yeah, Trap Shooter is obviously the better choice. Okay. We've got just a couple basic questions here. Get these out of the way, and then we'll get into like the juicier stuff, I suppose.
Juicy.
Yeah, just be informed. You don't have to answer any of these if that you feel that they might give away something. You can come up with an answer off the spot that's not going to give away anything. So we're not trying to pry.
No, that's fine.
The first question, obviously, is how do you feel your team is doing this season? Just in general.
In general, if I remember correctly, we're doing about average as to last season. Mm-hmm. I think we were 3-3 at the end of week 6 last season as well. Excuse me. I am definitely very happy with what we've been able to get Broly and 13 to do on this new AI. Roshi definitely needs some kinks picked out of him, but I'm overall happy with my team, which is why I've only ever been a muscle supporter. Mm-hmm. I haven't jumped between teams. So it's just having to work on the kinks and actually get things to work for specific people, and we could easily dominate, maybe even win a 3rd championship.
Well, here's to hoping for that for you guys. Is everything turning out how you planned before the regular season started?
No, absolutely not. Originally, I wanted to keep Bojack and drop Garlic, but we ended up dropping Bojack and picking up Nappa. I wanted Nappa on the team anyway, so that was at least one. But the dropping of Bojack, especially with how we've seen him do. Oh, geez, if he was on our team right now, holy crap! I think we'd be 5-1 or 6-0 at the moment.
Mm-hmm. It would have been a much different team than what you have now.
Oh yeah, he went elite week 3.
Yep. And he's been doing almost as well most other weeks too. So
80, like he easily eliminates at least a person and a half every match that he's been in.
Yep.
So if we had him, holy crap, would we be dominating? But other than that, there have been a few. I think the only match that I'm really irked about losing would be week 6 with the Rugrats. I feel like we should have had that match won, but granted, with who we had to face the first 3 weeks, it was kind of expected that we were going to lose a couple of matches early on, because we faced the Blades, which I believe we won. Then we faced Dragon Ball Warriors, which, I mean, come on, Nam. And then we faced the Saiyans, which, I mean, 2 Vegetas.
Yeah.
So
that's not an ideal situation.
No. So I mean, us going 3-3 as of week 6 is not bad. Could we be doing better? What'd you say, GM?
3 Vegetas.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Dang it! That's even worse.
Yeah,
Abort!
If anything, I would say we should be 4-2. I would not say that we would have gone 5-1. Absolutely not.
Okay. I can agree with those.
But I'm happy at 3-3. We're doing well, and we have basically 3 of our 6 characters completely kinked out, and we are golden with them.
Okay. This question is kind of a double-edged thing. It's going to have one answer for your team and then one answer for another team.
Okay.
Is there a fighter that has given you more trouble than you thought they were going to at the beginning of the season?
I think Roshi, actually. Okay. We haven't really been able to nail down much of what Roshi can do. We've tried him on a defense build. We tried him on a defense-y B1 build since he has False Courage. We've tried him on like the spammy clashy build. We haven't been really able to find much of a thing with Roshi, and that's just what we're trying to do at the moment.
Okay. And then the double-edged part of that question is there anybody from another team that you didn't expect to give you as much problems when you fought them?
GT Goku.
The recent one, the one that stings the most right now.
Yeah, GT Goku, his Super Saiyan 4 actually did something today.
Yeah, that's the first time. Well, I guess it's not the first time. He did it earlier, but it wasn't to the extent that happened this week.
I can't say I was surprised about Nam just trashing 2 of our characters when we fought them.
It's Nam. It's kind of when stuff like that happens, it's not a surprise.
Yeah, same thing with the Saiyans. I don't think we've really faced anyone that that we were not really expecting, except for really GT Goku. Granted, thank you Goten for just screwing up all last week.
Yeah.
You let Super Boo beat you. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, and then this kind of plays off of that. Is there a specific team that you want to do well against for the remainder of the season? Which I'm going to throw out a guess, and it might be your competitors for the top of your division.
Yeah, definitely Ginyu and Derp. I want to beat them. We've won our divisional match against Namek. And I'm pretty comfortable that we won't really have to compete with Namek. Sorry to say, Namek.
Yeah, they've been having a pretty disappointing season for what we all thought they were going to have.
Right. But I mean, with Ginyu being 4-2 and then Derp being 2-4, we're all just within 1 win of each other.
Yep.
And when do we face? We face them right in a row. We face Ginyu, or we face Derp, and then we face Ginyu week 8 and 9. So I definitely want to compete against them. But we are actually looking really forward to the cold match that we have coming up, which is next week. So Cold hasn't been doing fantastic. They're 2-4, but we know that they can be powerful, and we feel like they're going to throw a lot at us, and we think that we are ready and can easily beat them.
Okay. Next question is, what is your goal for the season overall, other than winning the championship? Because that's obviously everybody's goal.
Well, with it being a new AI change for the season, which we only had like a month and a half before the main season started to really test. Definitely test out our characters more and get more info on them on the new difficulty, and at least have a positive win-loss. Because I know last year, I think we had a 6-9. So,
yeah. If I remember right, that was your record, yeah.
Yeah, it was either 5-10 or 6-9. I remember that much. So.
Yep. Okay. Now we switch to questions straight from our coaching interview chat on the Skype.
Uh-oh.
Yep. The majority of these questions come from Ascension because he was just throwing out questions left and right.
Okay.
So we've got, judging by how the season is going, will you consider picking up BoJack again? I don't think this needs to be answered.
Absolutely. The what I've seen the Gohans do with BoJack, which has been heavily a eternal life build.
Yeah, lots of life, just letting him do what he does.
Yeah, lots of life, heavy melee. It's no doubt that we're gonna pick him up. We just have to debate as to who we're gonna drop.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, for my feelings, this is just me as a coach. This isn't, we still have 9 weeks until the end of the season, and then we still have 7 months until the beginning of the next season. I'd like to drop Garlic because of the transformation he gains health and the Macchio Star. If we were to drop him and then whenever we benched 13, we could use Eternal Life, which is really crucial for our team.
Yeah,
now that's
you're
assuming
not allowed to use that.
Right. Now, that's assuming we don't pick up a free agent who has a healing B1 or a healing transformation. But, so if, let's say they got rid of free agents and we're just down to our core 5, personally for me, I would drop Garlic. That way we have access to Eternal Life whenever we bench 13.
Ooh, that's nice.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut in here, but since this sort of deals with my own team, Is there no chance of you dropping Napa? And what is your thoughts on him, I guess, in general?
Granted, it's still, it's still weeks out, so this is just all speculation. It's just coming out from the top of my head. But during the preseason, at least, with what we've seen Napa do on a Halo build, he could be devastating on that. Granted, we're just going to have to test more. It may be that we drop Napa. It may be that we drop Garlic. It may be that we drop Roshi. Under no circumstances are we dropping 13 or Broly.
I think that would be a given anyways.
Yeah. If we were to drop them, Muscle might as well not even try.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
okay.
That's my answer to that.
Okay, and this one corresponds. If you pick up BoJack again, what character would you consider dropping for him? We kind of covered that already. You said you'd consider dropping Garlic. If you couldn't drop Garlic, who would you drop after that?
Ooh. Well, with the thing with dropping Garlic is nobody else can pick up Garlic.
Very true.
It's just a free drop. It's like, all right, we can pick up Garlic next season in case something doesn't work correctly.
It's like the safe drop, because if you drop Garlic and then maybe BoJack doesn't pan out for you, like he has the Gohans, and then you drop BoJack again to pick up Garlic again. Nope.
Yeah, it's just basically free swapping right there.
Yeah, and it's going to be a free agent. They're going to be free agents, not you're not going to have to deal with them actually being taken up by other teams.
Right, which is why we would never drop 13, because androids would pick him up and we'd never see him again.
Androids would pick him up in a heartbeat, and you would never see hide nor tail of him in your neck of the woods again.
And same thing with
Broly.
Super Saiyans for Broly.
God, I do not want to see that.
Yeah,
God. Crimson, keep your dirty hands off of Broly.
As coach, it's going to be over my dead body, but I am not allowing the two strongest teams to pick up
your two of the strongest characters. Yeah.
So, but it would either end up being Roshi or Nappa. Nappa can only be picked up by the
Like
Saiyans, and Roshi, I think, can only be picked up by Dragon Ball Warriors.
Does he ever defend Earth? I'm just curious.
Who?
Roshi.
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, because due to the new resurrection of F.
Not just then though, because he fights Piccolo to defend Earth too.
I guess so. Yeah.
Because Piccolo was planning
So,
to take
two teams
over
for him.
Earth. Yeah. So Roshi could be taken up by Dragon Ball Warriors or Earth Defenders, if I remember correctly.
And in just my opinion, I think they would go for him. At least one of those teams.
Oh, Dragon Ball Warriors might not, especially with the season they're having. But,
Oh, yeah.
My team, yeah, we take them.
I was looking at the master list, and actually Roshi is not on Earth Defenders.
Which is kind of that's one of the things that's like one of those things that should be there, but it might not be because of balance reasons or whatever. So
right.
I'm not going to question it right now.
So, under the assumption that Roshi would not be on Earth Defenders, it might be Roshi, especially since I know Dragon Ball Warriors love every character that they have. With the exception of Pilaf.
So I think they'd take the chance and drop Pilaf.
Granted, they could pick up quite a few other people.
They could indeed. But I feel like with what they have now, they would drop Pilaf to pick up Roshi.
Right.
So.
And then there's Nappa with the Saiyans, which, with what I've seen from the Saiyans, if anybody would be dropped,
No, it'd be Turles.
it would be King Vegeta or Turles.
Yeah, it'd be Turles.
Which, I don't know, Saiyans have used Nappa, and Saiyans don't really like Nappa, so it would be a...
Did you stop making bird noises in the background?
I'll explain myself later.
Okay.
If you want.
It would.
Sounds good.
Yes, please. I mean, it's going to be a gamble if we didn't drop Garlic either way, because we would potentially lose somebody and may not ever see them again. Mm. So, if I had to choose between Roshi and Nappa, I would say Nappa, just because we've seen Roshi be pretty competent in the past. So,
okay. Very fair. Fair points. That's the wrong thing that I was not supposed to look at.
Quit looking at porn.
That is not what I was looking at. Okay, okay, this is another BoJack question, but it's a little bit different. It doesn't really have to do with the other one.
Okay.
Since the build currently with BoJack is Eternal Life, and you can't use Eternal Life with 13 in, with him, do you think you could change the current build? Like, what would your opinion be on a build that you would kind of play off of if your plan with 13 being benched and Garlic being dropped doesn't work out?
Okay, assuming that, let me actually go to like the final customizations and just see exactly what the build is. I know it's Eternal Life, and then it's 3 points of something. Here we go. So week 5. Okay, so BoJack is usually on a let's see, week 3 is actually what I want. He's on a attack +2, defense +1, Eternal Life, Serious, Latent Energy. So assuming doing the non-benching things, it would definitely end up being Dende's Life as that's the best healing we can give him. And then I don't know, the 2 points could really go anywhere else. We could give him a little bit of a Clash bonus, because I believe he has full power energy wave in base form, and I think Grand Smasher's clashable. So a Clash bonus wouldn't be too bad. Maybe going just heavily more on defense instead of the attack. I don't know. It would be something that we would have to do, but the not having Eternal Life and having to drop it down 2 points to Dende's healing definitely throws a monkey wrench in the build.
Okay. We've only got a couple more, but this one is the one I'm most interested of seeing of the ones that we have posted here. So, Dimension asks, what was the deciding factor in deciding against base form Broly after extensive testing in the off-season?
Well, I wanted to start with base form Broly. The main thing is because of Trap Shooter. It's so good, but having because we've seen like max power trap shooter go off, and oh look, there's 1,500 points of damage.
Yeah.
Woo! Whereas with base form, he has full power energy wave, a rush B2, and then eraser cannon is his ultimate. So his B2s are definitely a lot more solid. I think it was because of how much better he is at offense, and he can take hits a bit better in Super Saiyan form. It may be a form that we're going to try again, where we test out a lot of base form and see if we can start him out in base form. I do remember I had a test where he started in base form. It was on Frieza AI, and he just skipped Super Saiyan and went straight to Legendary. So if that's something that we could get consistent, holy crap.
Yeah. Okay. We've got a few more. Let's see. Pick a good one. Another one. Yeah. Well, I'm just scrolling through because most of it's just like useless gibberish that we were talking about.
Right.
Dimension again asks, we know it's hard to keep track of because of odd timing, but how much damage would you estimate Garlic Jr.'s ultimate does like with his current build?
Okay. Yeah, it's a weird thing because it will hit twice and then reset the damage when it hits the third time for some reason. On his current build, I think his super might do around 13,000. If one of the balls hits for like 4,500, I'd just assume multiply it by 3 because it's 3 balls that end up smacking the person in the face. So I'd assume 13,000,
something like that. Dimension actually said in like a little side note, he said he'd guess around 15K.
Yeah, I don't remember how much the one ball hit against Namix. I think it may have been higher up on like the 5K, but yeah, 13 to 15,000 would definitely be reasonable for that, and that's on a non-super plus build.
Okay. And I'd say I think this is the last question, unless G pops in after this with another one or so.
Okay.
Ascension again. I almost said Dimension. Mixed with Ascension. With the new difficulty changes, do you think they should loosen some of the bans on 13? Or do you think it's smart that they haven't tried to change it?
That's a good question. Because we are banned from using high tension, eternal life, and there's one other that I can't remember. That is not what I wanted to do. But there's another thing that he can't do. 13 must start in base form, high tension, tension up, and eternal life. So, and Broly's ring. Honestly, I think they should lighten up on the eternal life build because they have for like the normal androids. Actually, no, they can't use eternal life if Dr. Duro is in their lineup. But I mean, we gain 5,000 health from his transformation. That's it.
True.
Like, I understand the no eternal life because of Machio Star and because of Rebirth, but I mean, with just look, here's 5,000 point health gain, I don't really see the harm in 5,000 points, where that can just easily be eliminated by a B2.
Okay.
If anything, I'd want the ban of no Broly's ring lifted.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
Just throw it on Garlic, because Garlic is more competent in base form anyway.
Yeah, very true. And then I'm going to throw in a question from my own that I just thought of.
Okay.
How is the transition from being a supporter of Muscle to the coach of Muscle been for you?
Well, I would say it was pretty easy because I own a copy of the game. So I can just, what is this person's B1s again? I can just load up the game and just play
check.
it and be like, yeah. Funny thing is, my copy of the game is actually signed by Kyle Herbert. So,
oh, nice.
And also signed by the guy who did like the narrator voice. I just can't remember what his name is.
Neither can I.
But with having played the game previously, and I think I'm okay at it, transitioning from knowing the aspects as a player to coach was pretty simple. And with Team Muscle being the like least supported team, I think we are. I think it's
I'm
literally.
pretty sure you are.
I think it's just me and Willow as the only like active
supporters. There's probably more, but none of them have come out of the woodworks yet.
Right. At the beginning, where it was literally just me as the coach, with Viper just popping in here and there as he was away doing whatever, it was pretty easy because it was just, all right, I want to test this. Here we go. I want to test this. Here we go. Let's see how this works.
Oh, cool.
With another person, it definitely throws some kinks into the ideas that I have. But I mean, that's what being the coach is. It's seeing where the other people are coming from and seeing as to why they want to try a specific build. And then after seeing it, understand why or why not it works. But I would say that my transition from supporter to coach was pretty simple. I wasn't active on the forums until mid-season 6, but whenever I would watch, which I think I started watching around mid-season 4.
That's about when I started watching, too.
I always loved just watching Muscles matches. And
so it was a pretty easy choice when you got to the forums.
Yeah, it's just all right, I'm on the forums now because I'm graduating college. Here's, I want to declare for Team Muscle. Oh, look, Viper's dropping. Sure, I'll try. Nobody else even tried, so...
Hooray! Congratulations!
Yeah, because I think it was 3 coaches dropped.
Yeah, Burn dropped to be the main mod.
Right.
Viper dropped, and... Who else dropped? Was it the coach of... Namek. Namek dropped.
Oh, I guess Namek. Okay.
Well, I mean, there was never really a coach for Namek last season anyway, so...
So it was... People would try for the coaching. One person tried for Namek. One person tried for Muscle, which was me. And like 3 or 4 people tried for Earth Defenders. So it was pretty easy to just go, oh, look, I'm on supporter. Oh, look, now I'm the coach. Okay.
Hooray!
Which, again, having the knowledge that I do about the lore of DBZ and the game of DBZ.
Everything. Yep. It was pretty easy transition. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I, too, played a lot of that game back in, like, 8th grade.
Do you remember Budokai 2? The original?
Oh, yeah. Like the original, just like Budokai 2, not Budokai Tenkaichi 2?
Yeah,
the original. Like Budokai a board 2. Game to go through.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
I actually have a Let's Play of that on my channel right now. So.
I was going back through and I was playing it a while ago, and I'm like, this isn't as good as I remember it. It's not bad, but it's just so different from everything else. Because it's a board game.
Exactly. There is a cheat to unlock every capsule in that game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you go to the store, you hold down L2, you don't buy anything, you just go in and out. And you just start unlocking
That is the
capsules.
easiest glitch.
Yes.
That's awesome. Oh, that's great. Well, I think that's about it. G, you gonna...
Before?
What?
I've got one question. You feel free to not answer it if you want. But for any supporters, how would you describe your coaching style and how you run the team, in a sense?
Well, with it being just me and Willow, we kind of get into arguments quite a bit as to what we think would be best for the teams. But for anyone who is thinking about supporting the Muscle, number 1, we have Broly, so why aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Best character in the game right there.
Exactly. Number 2 is I like when people explain their ideas, as I'm a more explanation learner, is here's a build with no explanation. I'm going to be like, all right, why is this specific Patara on this person? Like, why? Granted, why is Light Body on Garlic? We can't use Light Body on Garlic, but I'm like wondering why they want to put Light Body on Garlic. If they were to post a build and then post like a tiny explanation as to why like some weird patars are on there, like what we did with Super Boo with Perfect Guard and Guard Master, I'm completely fine with that if I can see it working. Which, granted, Perfect Guard and Guard Master didn't really do much of anything, but with the potential of it being there, it could have been great. So I like just explanation and then being able to help guide people as to, no, we can't really have that on the person, but what if we tried this?
Okay. That's good.
You should lead the flock, but not force them through.
Right.
Very true. Very true. Okay, well, I think that's all the questions. We've been going for about
40 minutes?
Yeah, about 40 minutes. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to go support a team, Muscle needs it. They've only got 2 people. So,
Me and Willow.
Yep, head on over. They're opening. They have open arms. They'll welcome you.
If you like Let's Plays,
Yeah, if you like Let's Plays,
go
check out
my
Ryan's channel. There'll be a link
It's-
down in the description of whenever this goes up.
Okay.
So go look at his place. If you want to check out the YCast, that happens every week. You should check that out.
It's on this channel.
Yeah, it's literally a click away. And then there'll be a link to the playlist of all of them in the description as well. So you have no excuse to not check out the description. Do it. And then I'm going to call it here. So Ryan, thanks for coming on.
No problem, Kale. This was fun. I loved it.
Okay. We'll see you guys in the next video. Later.